Money Moves. I am Melissa Enoch here at the FMDQ studios in Lagos.
I am Grace Agbarago. It's Thursday, the 11th of December. We thank you for joining us at this time on the show.
All right, let's begin with your news now. The Egyptian Ministry of Industry has launched a mobile app, Investor Support, to simplify the submission and tracking of industrial complaints and inquiries. Available on Android and iOS, the app provides investors with a direct channel to the ministry and related entities, including Ministries of Environment, Finance, Petroleum, Housing, Agriculture, and the Central Bank of Egypt. Users can submit complaints, monitor progress, receive instant notifications, and send follow-up reminders, reducing time and administrative burdens for industrial investors across multiple government agencies. ECOWAS has appointed Aliko Dangote as the first chairman of its new Business Council, a platform to boost private sector engagement and intra-regional trade. The appointment was announced during the 95th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Council of Ministers in Abuja. Commission President Omar Toure said the council will drive investment, support value chains, and advance West Africa's economic integration. Dangote was selected for his track record in cross-border investment and ability to mobilize business leaders, with the council expected to provide policy input, attract capital, and improve the region's business environment. In Nigeria, the Aliko Dangote Foundation has formally launched its 100 billion naira annual education program for 2025, a landmark initiative designed to expand access to quality education and strengthen learning outcomes across Nigeria. The program, which is one of the largest private education interventions in Africa, will support infrastructure development, scholarships, teacher training, and digital learning tools for millions of young people. Let's take excerpts.
Education is the foundation on which every prosperous society is built. It is the most powerful equalizer, the strongest engine for social mobility, and the clearest pathway to national development. Yet today, too many brilliant Nigerian students are being pushed out of school by financial hardship. Their dreams are sold not because they lack the talent or motivation, but because they lack support. We cannot allow financial hardship to silence the dreams of our young people, not when the future of our nation depends on their skills, resilience, and leadership. That is why the Aliko Dangote Foundation is launching a 100 billion annual education support initiative which will actually cost us about 1 trillion naira over the next 10 years, but also to be reviewed on the 5th year. Beginning in January 2026, this initiative will start by supporting 45,000 new scholars every year, reaching 155,000 beneficiaries by the 4th year, and staying at that level for the next 10 years across the following carefully designed programs. We expect to have supported about 1,325,000 students in the next 10 years.
In Uganda, at the high-level policy dialogue between the East African Community and the Southern African Development Community, regional leaders and policymakers convened to discuss strategies for enhancing economic integration, trade facilitation, and coordinated policy responses across East and Southern Africa. Here are excerpts.
When we talk about agricultural trade for Africa, that's the core of our economy. Our economy is based on agriculture. But unless we link agriculture to industry, to trade, then we can't develop. That's a fact which we need to agree and which we know. So we need to ensure that our trade, we increase our production and productivity, we add value, we industrialize, we manufacture, and then we trade in value-added products. Why are we talking about EU trade relations? Why not America trade relations? EU has been a partner, a trading partner, for a very long time. And we go back to colonial times. You remember the Lomé Convention, the Cotonou agreements. Then we go to IBA, everything but arms. They gave us STABEX, stabilization of exports. We have Cotonou, a new Cotonou agreement. We have economic partnership agreements. All those initiatives are related to agricultural trade between EU and Africa.
In South Africa, the Business Confidence Index rose to 132.3 in November from 123.8 in October, the Chamber of Commerce said, marking a surge driven mainly by higher overseas tourist numbers. The chamber warned, however, that gains reflect global financial and economic sentiment rather than local real economic activity, which remains lagging. In other news, at the Deloitte FinTech webinar, industry experts and FinTech leaders discussed the latest trends in digital finance, innovation in payments, and strategies for scaling technology-driven financial solutions across Africa. Let's listen.
Intersection of rapid technological innovation and evolving regulatory landscape, an exciting yet complex frontier for the financial service sector in Ghana. The fintech industry, as you know, has been a catalyst for transformation and reshaping how individuals and businesses interact with financial products and services, from mobile banking to digital payments to blockchain and artificial intelligence. Fintechs continue to lead and drive efficiency, inclusion, and accessibility across the globe. However, with these advancements come new challenges, particularly in the area of regulation, data privacy, cybersecurity, and consumer protection. Regulators and industry players must strike a delicate balance between fostering innovation and ensuring the stability and integrity of the financial system. And today, we turn our attention to a significant development in the digital currency space. And if you have followed, you would have heard that the Bank of Ghana plans to introduce the ECD, which is the Ghana Central Bank digital currency. The ECD represents a bold step towards a cashless society, promising to enhance financial inclusion, streamline transactions, and support the digital.
Finally, on news now, the Bank of Tanzania is set to establish a credit guarantee company to expand finance access for micro, small, and medium enterprises, Governor Emmanuel Tutuba announced. The government also introduced 5 youth-focused investment initiatives to boost industrial participation, help young entrepreneurs establish factories, and support business growth. The credit guarantee company is expected to stimulate expansion, create jobs, broaden the tax base, and enhance economic resilience by supporting new investment areas and boosting competitiveness. I am Melissa Enoch, and that's it on News Now this Thursday. The show returns shortly with Grace at the FMDQ Archives Room, giving us our markets round. Stick around.
Africa Energy Week in 2025. First day of the event is booming everywhere. A lot of people, many stakeholders from the energy value chain.
We're here to promote the need for investments in a robust downstream sector to truly have energy security for the continent.
Welcome back to Money Moves. Let's now go over to Grace for today's market report. Hello there, Grace.
Thank you, Melissa. Let's now track how the markets traded today, starting off with the equities. The NGX All-Share Index advanced by 0.74%. The BROVM in Abidjan also advanced by 0.47% to 350.97. The Nairobi Securities Exchange rose 0.50%. In South Africa, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange added 0.33%. And in North Africa, the EGX 30 slipped 0.05%. And the Morocco's MASI declined 0.32%. Let's switch into the Pan-African currencies. Starting off, the Rand traded at 16.92%, at 16.92 to the US dollar, down 0.03%. The Egyptian pound eased 0.04% to 47.54, while the CFA franc strengthened 0.55% to 559.89. The Kenyan shilling slipped 0.18% to 129.01. The Moroccan dirham weakened 0.34% to 9.17, while the naira was almost flat at 1,453 naira 19 kobo, down 0.01%. Let's switch into the commodities data deck, beginning with energy prices. Brent crude slipped 1.11% to $61.52, while US WTI declined 1.13%. Natural gas fell 3.39%, and Arabian gasoline dipped 0.69% to $1.79 as at 13:42 GMT. Now, finally, two soft prices. Cocoa surged 3.83% to $6,459, and coffee climbed 1.88%. Cotton was marginally lower at 0.06%, while palm oil rose 0.82%, sugar gained 0.20% to $14.94 as of 13:47 GMT. And now that's our Money Moves markets today. Back to you, Melissa.
Grace, thank you for those updates on how the markets wrapped up today. And that's it on today's edition of Money Moves. From all of us here at the FMDQ studios, we say thank you very much for watching and bye for now.